Hey guys, this is Uncle Doug coming to you again from the ministry houses here in Liberty. I wanted to give you an update on the farm and the zoning situation and stuff. I also wanted to say that I'm sorry. We had a family that was here recently, came to visit from Texas, and like so many people, they are out there all alone, can't find a decent local congregation, can't find um, truth in a lot of places, been tossed out of a couple of places, and we're so grateful to find Fellowship of the Martyrs website and videos and the books and they talked about how they come home from work every day to check the email to see if I've uploaded a new video. And most days I haven't. And some days it's a little update about a chicken coop or something that's going on the farm, and that's okay. That's part of life. I want to kind of document what we go through and for y'all to see what God's doing here, but it's not meat. If I had all the help that we need, people that would accept responsibility for sections of what we do and I could really count on, and I could be free to just focus on the books and the audio books and the videos and teaching, ministering to people on the phone, that would be great. Even so, it's way more than I can keep up with. I've got I've given up even trying to check the YouTube private message box. I can't possibly keep up. Five or 600 comments behind on approvals because they ask questions and I can't get back to them and answer them. I don't know how many emails behind, phone calls, voicemail on my phone that hasn't even been checked. Um, and I know folks that are frustrated because I haven't been able to get an answer to them, but this is not. I think people call and they expect to get in the middle of the night. They expect to get the voicemail of some big office building or something, and it's not. It's ringing to our cell phones and waking us up in the middle of the night from calls from all over the world, and um, there's no big infrastructure. There's not tons and tons of people. We don't have shifts of people that can answer a 24/7 prayer line. Maybe someday that'll come, but it's just Cindy and I and a couple, two or three other people trying to keep up with the emails and the phone calls, and it's overwhelming. And then there's all the mundane issues of zoning and engineers and architects and how to get the bills paid and you know juggling the money around and trying to sell off donated stuff at the thrift store or on Craigslist, or forklifts we don't need that we're trying to sell, or this or that or whatever, to try and cover the bills. And um, I recognize that there's a lot of lonely, limping little sheep out there that look to me to feed them because it's hard to find truth anywhere. And I'm really trying to give you as much as I can, and I'm sorry that there hasn't been more. I'm not one to do a video every day just for the sake of doing a video every day. That's religion. If I don't have something to say and it's not anointed, I'm not going to put it out there. I did a video last week. Midnight or something after a long day, and fell asleep 5 or 6 times while I'm making the video. I mean, like a sentence just sort of trails off, and I start snoring for 10 or 15 seconds till I catch myself and wake up and keep going. I couldn't edit it enough to where it looked coherent, and it wasn't my best. So on the one hand, I feel like I got excuses, justifications for it. I'm tired. And there's a lot to be done. And the phone doesn't stop ringing. And it's hard to get a moment of quiet, some inspiration to do a video where I know that it's something the Holy Spirit wants me to say to you guys, and something you're likely to need to hear. I know it's Jesus when somebody writes me and says, that was exactly what I needed to hear today. How did you know? Well, I didn't. God didn't tell me so-and-so make this video for so-and-so. I'm not trolling people's Facebook pages to figure out what they need to hear. I just, one day he says make a video about this, and I do, and it hits the spot for somebody. I'm going to try real hard to give you more meat. I'm going to try real hard. I appreciate your patience with me and your mercy. Part of the problem is the pyramid. I talk about the structure of church, that everything we're used to is a pyramid with a general and colonels and majors and captains and privates at the bottom, or a pastor and associate pastor and education minister and all the people down here. Or the boss, the president, vice president, senior vice president, assistant to the vice president, all the employees. And everything is top down. And God's economy is the other way around, where there's the apostles and evangelists, prophets, evangelists, pastors, teachers lifting everyone toward God. And when something comes, the people should, try to take it first. You'd fight it the best you can. And if you can't do it, the pastors will get it. And if the pastors can't get it, the evangelists will get it. If the evangelists can't get it, the prophets will get it. And what's left, the apostles will handle. But you don't just throw your best guy out front and make him fight all the time so you can watch and see if he gets munched or not. You got to jealously, zealously, carefully defend the gifts to the body. Or we just munch them up and spit them out. Wear them out till they give up or burn out, or the enemy gets them. When I was 18 years old and I was going into the ministry, I figured someday I get a church, first thing I'm going to do is ordain them all. You all get the good parking spot at the hospital. Now go visit the sick. Don't put it on one guy to go do visitations, to go care for one another, to check how each people are doing, to counsel the marriages in trouble. You go do it. You go do it. My job is to get you to where you can hear God, and then you don't need me anymore. And you can go do whatever He's telling you to do. He might say, come here. He might say, come help. He might say, send a few dollars. He might, whatever. My job is just to get you unclogged so you can listen to Him, not so you can listen to me all the time. So on the one hand, I feel bad that we haven't been able to get you more videos of real meat. On the other hand, honestly, I don't know how I could have. But we're going to try and eliminate whatever we can. This is the best it's ever been in Liberty. The most shiny, Jesus loving people that are helping, that are accepting responsibility. We got people coming that can help organize and administrate and run the farm. Grown ups. I mean, I love the 20 something adrenaline junkie kids. But if they don't stay engaged, they hop off to somewhere else to try to find a whatever they're looking for. And we need some grown-ups that can carry a load, that won't back down, that won't squeal, that'll wear an apron and eat the crumbs at the end of the table and serve like Jesus, wash feet and do whatever needs doing to get this thing done. This is about establishing a community of faith where Christ is truly the head and they're one. And it's way harder than you would think. There aren't many out there. There are communities of faith. There are intentional communities. There's monasteries, there's convents, there's all kinds of folks. But where Christ is really the head, not the Pope, not the guy up front, not the pastor, not the whatever, not many. Please pray for me. For the strength to do everything of this that needs doing. To build the things that He's calling us to build that are humongous, God-sized, incredibly crazy. Can't imagine it, but I know what He wants, and I don't know how to get from here to there. For Cindy's energy level, for mine, for us to keep our hearts soft. We had about 8 people come in the last week. Some to stay long term, some to get counseling. We're fighting with the zoning to be able to have people stay at the farm. We're overflowing at the townhouses. There's some exciting stuff in the works that I can't talk to you about, because if I talk to you about it, I talk to the angry neighbors about it, and it's not a good idea to let the angry neighbors know what we're planning and what we're doing, because they'll just do whatever they can to stop it, because they're determined to do harm and be prejudiced against us as a people. No matter if we worked out the sewers and the traffic and the whatever, they're just determined they don't want to live anywhere near us. And they're going to, and they're not going to get around it. And it's going to happen. But you don't tip your hand to the enemy. Not that they personally are the enemy, but whatever wants to stop what God's doing is the enemy. And I've learned to be careful. So I want to tell you about the really cool things God's doing, but there's still stuff in flux, and deals that aren't done, and I can't risk that. But He'll get the glory when it's time, and it's really, really beautiful. God's on the move. But as with most things, it just means more. Need for more help, more money, more laborers. But it's beautiful. Anyway, I guess I'm saying this because I want to be accountable to you guys. I want you to know that it's my intention to get you more meat. And I'm going to try and do what I can today. Get some videos in the can and get them to you. And we need your prayers. Some of you are supposed to be here helping. Some of you are supposed to financially help. Some of you are supposed to pray harder than you are for me, and for us, and for the work here. Some of you consider me your spiritual father or pastor. And I'm honored and blessed, and it's all glory to the Lord. This isn't my idea. This isn't something I'm building. If it was me, boy, I wouldn't do it this way at all. This is totally the Lord. And my intention is not to guilt people or manipulate people or anything, but either we're in this together or we're not. And if we're in it together, then you got to do your part. If you want to feel like you were a part of what's happening in Liberty and the revival that's happening and the people that are coming and the fires that are burning, then do whatever He says your part is. If it's to pray, then pray. Whatever He says to do. There's a pretty good chance we've got to get our truck checked out and see if it'll make the trip. But Shane and his whole farm out in Bellingham, Washington, has got to be moved to Liberty, Missouri. It's going to require 2 or 3 truckloads, and hold on, shoot, that's Cindy. Anyway, right now we don't have a big box truck. We have a 14-footer. The old U-Haul died in the desert in Arizona. The yellow truck we sold before it crapped out, and it was not going to be worth the money to fix it, to keep trying to limp it along. So right now we don't have a big box truck, but we may take our 14-foot box truck with a trailer and drive out to Portland, load up Christine and all of her stuff, who's moving here permanently long term, and then go up to Bellingham, Washington, and load up Shane's stuff and drive back. So we'd probably drive out I-80, through Salt Lake. Oh, come on. Sorry, the computer's acting funny. It may be me and Cindy. I don't know. It would be a week away from here. 7 days, 6 days of driving. I'm not wanting to do that. I'm not looking forward to doing that. The truck is not comfortable. I don't know how to be away from here. We could probably get a lot of videos done on the road, and it would be good for Cindy and I to get away from here for a little while. But so there's still a lot of stuff in the wind, but I'll make a more official announcement. If you have stuff that you want to donate to the farm, feeders, troughs, I don't know, animals, whatever, or if you just are somewhere along I-80 or I-90 that we might be going through on the way out or on the way back, let me know in the comments of this video or send an email to fotm@fellowshipofthemartyrs.com. And I'll make a more official announcement. And then when we're on the trip, we'll probably, I don't know, post where we are, or I don't know how to geolocate us as we're going down the road or whatever. I've seen that kind of stuff done. And maybe stop and have lunch with whoever along the way. Pray with you and see you in person. We got a lot of friends all over the country. And it'd be nice to hug you. Anyway, look for that announcement in the next week or so, as soon as we figure out if this truck will work or if we're going to have to do something else. Maybe you're around the Kansas City area and you got a big trailer we could borrow. Maybe a covered trailer, something 6x10, 8x12, something big covered trailer. Maybe you got a truck we could borrow that would make the drive. I don't know. Maybe you're moving your family from the West Coast and you could drop a bunch of stuff here along the way. I don't know. God can do all of that stuff. So, but I know somehow in the next 2 or 3 months we're going to have to get a whole bunch of stuff from the very corner of the country, Bellingham, Washington, near Seattle, north along the border of Canada, to Kansas City. And if you think you might be able to help with that somehow, please let us know. But we're going to have everything on his farm, troughs and feeders and grow lights and everything, plus goats and chickens and ducks and all kinds of stuff that'll have to get moved out here, plus him and his family as well. So it'll be interesting couple of months as we get ready for summer. We're trying to get stuff in the ground, so we'll be ready for the farmers market. We're trying to get aquaponics, hydroponics working in the cave. We've got a couple of months. We're going to have to start getting ready for fish, for the grow out of the fish, getting big tanks. We're looking at a minimum 5,000 fish that will be the first in the United States to be growing and trying as a hydroponic new fish. I think it'll be great. But we're going to be out front pioneering a whole bunch of stuff that we'll be able to share with a lot of other folks. I got word today. We're going to have a whole bunch of breeding stock of Joel Salatin's rabbits from Virginia that have been raised after 20 years of breeding to eat grass. Domesticated meat rabbits that will feed mostly on grass so that we're not dependent on store-bought chow. And we'll be able to breed those for meat and for breeding stock, and I guess pets if somebody wanted one for that. But we're looking at sustainable ways to feed people, and 2 rabbits in a year will give you as much meat as a cow if you let them do like bunnies, what bunnies do. And I'm excited about the fish. I'm excited about a whole bunch of stuff. So we're just pressing on. But I know that was a bunch. Anyway, we're going to keep trying hard to feed you, and we appreciate your prayers and for us. If you want to help, you can PayPal to FOTM@fellowshipofthemartyrs.com, or go to the website. There's a donate button. Even if you don't have a PayPal account, you can use a credit card. The address is there if you wanted to mail a check or something to participate. We have a number of people that are every month that they set up a payment thing with PayPal, or that they just have banking through their computer, and we just get an automated check every month from for a donation from them or whatever. We got a couple of people. I can't tell exactly what they're doing because it comes at random times and weird random amounts. But I think they're selling stuff on eBay and tithing on the profit or something like that, because we'll get $12 in PayPal, and then we'll get a $100 PayPal, and then we'll get a $9.50 PayPal, and just weird irregular times. But I think what they're doing is probably just tithing on whenever they get work or whenever they sell something on eBay or whatever. But we appreciate whatever of that you can do to help us do everything that we're trying to do here. There's no fat in this system. There's no fluff. There's no excess going anywhere. I don't have a personal bank account. I have one pair of tennis shoes, one pair of boots, and one pair of dress shoes. I've got 2 pair of jeans and 2 pairs of sweats, and and everything from the Christmas present from my dad to the money for piddly little money we make selling my books. All of it goes back into the pot to build this thing. And you can be sure we're real efficient dollar for dollar with what comes through here. And I know that you're going to get a good return on Treasure in Heaven. I think a lot of people, if in the back of the Wall Street Journal there was the stocks, the mutual funds, and the ministries, and you could tell what the conversion rate was dollar for Treasure in Heaven, a lot of people would bail out of the big giant ministries that they thought were doing a good job and start spending it with the little ones, where the guy's holding the heads of junkies on Galveston Beach and his own kids have holes in their shoes. There's a lot of folks out there working real hard that need deported, but it's not glamorous, and they don't wear a Rolex, and they don't have a book deal, and they're not on TV, but they're doing the hard work of the gospel, and they deserve your support too. So anyway, my particular example was Streetscape Ministries in Galveston. You might look them up. Streetscape. They're good folks. But I know a lot of little ministries all over that are struggling, and I want to be able to support them. And as the money comes in, we want to be able to share with them however we can, and have in the past when we had excess. Anyway, that's enough for now. I didn't mean to ramble. God bless you all. Love you. I really, really do. We're trying hard for you. I'm sorry if we didn't get your email answered. Send it again. Try again. The squeaky wheel gets the grease and all that. And I don't want it to be that way, but sometimes you got to hit us 2 or 3 times, because we just can't get to everybody. And but we're trying hard. And more help's coming, and it's going to be better, and I know that. And I appreciate you hanging in with us. Thank you all. In the name of Jesus. Amen.